Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And yeah, I'm doing a quick thing on a dream that I had. But before I get into all of that, let me do some quick housekeeping right quick. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Yes, my sinuses, they're doing a number on me for those who are wondering, if you can tell in my voice. So that's what's going on. I'm drinking lots of water, and this is what happens when you go an extended period of time without getting your leafy greens. So I will be eating a lot of kale tonight. All right. So, first thing, I wasn't planning on uploading anything at all today. Quiet as is kept. I did the new moon in Gemini reading yesterday, which if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. For those who have checked it out, thank you. I checked the average view time on that, and people pretty much watched it for almost all of its entirety. It was like 18 minutes and some odd seconds, so like close to 19 minutes was the average watch time. So for all of you that stayed through and watched that, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. As for the love readings for June, I've already picked what cards I plan on using or what decks I plan on using for that. I haven't used one of my love tarot decks in a minute, so I'm using that deck, and then I'm using my Arcanum tarot deck, and then I'm using the Oracle deck I used last time, and then one of my my other Oracle decks. So those are already under the crystals. They're doing their thing. They're marinating and all that other good stuff. So I will be working on the love readings for June this weekend. The general readings are already up. So if you haven't watched your general reading for your specific sign, you can go to your sign in the playlist section, or you can go to the month of May and find it there, however you want to do it on YouTube. So yeah, all that. And then I will more than likely start the money readings the end of next week, I think. So yeah. All right, on with the Wendy Williams thing. So I had a lot of dreams this morning, a bunch of crazy dreams. I was just like, what's going on with all these dreams? And Wendy Williams was one of the people that I dreamed about. And I usually, one thing about my dreams, and I mentioned this before, my longtime listeners know the deal. If it's something that I'm not that concerned about, and then I dream about it, and then I start to, pick up a vibe, that's when I'm like, okay, there might be some energy here. And the thing with Wendy Williams, I remember when all of this other stuff was going around months and months and months ago, and they were like, oh, Wendy Williams can't walk and all of this other stuff. She's in a wheelchair, da 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 da. And then something told me Wendy Williams will walk again. Something just said that to me, just like I knew about the whole RBG thing on the Supreme Court when something told me she was about to pass away, even though I don't keep track of her like that. I like Wendy Williams. I'm not a Wendy Williams sycophant or anything. She's entertaining. Also, she's a Cancer like me. So she's cool. But I'm not checking for Wendy like that. I don't check for many people like that. So when I had, with the whole wheelchair thing, something said to me, oh, she's going to walk again. And sure enough, she was out on the beach later, and she did something for Instagram or whatever, and she was walking on the beach. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that answers that. Well, I had a dream this morning that she was sitting out of all places at a Target. Go figure. And I could see that there was some surgery done on her chest. Because for those of you who don't know, Wendy Williams has had cosmetic surgery. And there's nothing wrong with that. I always tell people, if you have the money to do that stuff and that makes you happy, go for it. Do you. Swing for the fences. but they were removed. The girls were removed. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But then in addition to that, she was also growing in facial hair. It was like blonde. It was almost like blondish, brownish facial hair. She was growing that in too. And this isn't me shading her or anything like that, because I know the things that they say about her. I'm not talking about that. But when I woke up from the dream, and also, by the way, in my dream, with the girls being removed, she was proud of who she was. She was proud of her body and stuff. And she was fine with it in my dream. But what I gathered from the energy, and I'm not a licensed doctor, I don't work in the medical field, I just play one on television. From the energy in my dream, I feel like part of Wendy Williams' problem medically is something is off with her hormones. I really feel like that's the case. And I don't know if you've seen the show Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Yolanda Hadid was going through all of that stuff because she had Lyme disease, or has Lyme disease, because it's not like it goes anywhere. But that was dealing with hormones, and she was dealing with these pills and everything else. And then it took her a long time to get better, blah, 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 and everything. I honestly feel, based off of the energy that I picked up on this dream, there is something going on with Wendy Williams' hormones. And if she can get her hormones balanced out, she will feel a whole lot better. And I don't know if Wendy Williams will ever see this message or what have you. Feel free, if anybody knows Wendy Williams, tell her what I said. It's fine, but that's the dream that I had. I feel like her issues are hormone based. There is something that is throwing off her hormones that are causing the issues, or that have been causing the issues that she's been having. So, and that's based off of the dream I had and whatnot. And it may be related to the surgery, the cosmetic surgery. But to my understanding, she even mentioned on her show once that she doesn't have the girls done like most people do. Usually when they do it, they put it on top of the muscle. Hers were done under the muscle. So I don't see how that could cause an issue, but also that might be something that she wants to look at with her doctor, just to have that examined, if she hasn't already. I mean, she has the money. I know that she's going through that thing with Wells Fargo and stuff, which is not cool. But I'm pretty sure if she needs to do a doctor's appointment and pay for the doctor, they're going to give her the money to pay for a doctor. So, it's her money. But my intuition is telling me that it is a hormone issue. There's something with her hormones, that there's something throwing off her hormones that are creating all of these other things. And as soon as they can zero in on what that thing is that's throwing off her hormones, whether it is the surgery or whether it's something else, once that's fixed, she's going to be good to go. I'm not under the impression yet that she's fading or anything like that. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just not under that impression. I just feel, based off of the dream I had, it's something hormonal, dealing with the hormones. So just wanted to throw that out there. That's all I have. Again, you already know the website and all the podcasts and blah, 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 blah. The goal is to start uploading the love readings this weekend, and the money reading starting next week, late next week, and then we should be good to go. All right. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, be blessed.